that you can win in Nigeria. And I tell you, that's an uphill task. But the first thing you must believe. And you see, I think the coach also, Shuna is going to get the best from whoever he invites. You know, it's not enough to just bring 20 players. You have to look at your plan, look at how to get, if I invite, say for instance, I invite Odion Igalo, how am I going to make Odion Igalo score? If I'm going to play a formation that does not suit Odion Igalo, then I don't need to invite him. If you know, you need to look at the various combinations and all of those things, then you can streamline it. He talked about some players playing on the domestic scene. The ones that you know are going to be involved, how do you condition them? And I'll still go back to mentality, having the right belief. It's possible. A lot of people have already brought their calculators out and they're saying, look,
people are already assuming that we'll lose.
That some people are already saying, people in high places, I don't want to mention it, but a lot of people are already, well, that's slot that is left for the person, for the
best
team.
Losers.
A lot of people are already thinking
that.
that.
Go for it.
And I don't think we're in that situation. I think we're in a situation where
we can control the group.
With believe, just first and foremost, believe you can win. Fear is a luxury you can't afford. So if you believe that you can't win, then the personnel.
If you believe that you can't win, you've lost already. Even before the game is played.
Then we shouldn't hear about situations where a workman begins to complain about his tools. You know the situation already. So just don't complain. No money, no training. Nobody wants to hear that.
Give the coach everything he needs.
Well, but whatever situation in and around the team right now, I think results is what everybody wants, and results is what we must get. And it must start by defeating the Pharaohs when they come and going to their backyard, Cairo, wherever they want to play us.
And try to get a result.
Let's
talk about the Egyptians. They've been doing a lot of late. They've been playing friendly games. Okay. My producer says there's a quick change in that scoreline. Chelsea have drawn level. So it's Chelsea 1, PSG 1 now. And that's interesting. So Chelsea have drawn level. That's a good result for Chelsea fans. And it throws the game very open. This is all important away goal for Chelsea. Yeah. But this is just the first half. Half time already.
Well,
it's half time already. Yeah. Just on the stroke of half time, Chelsea drew level.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to end this way. But
guess who scored Chelsea's goal?
John Terry. Of course, he's injured.
It's always difficult because they have players.
You guys just guess who scored Chelsea's goal.
Of course, it's not Mikel. Hans Costa.
Oh, this guy is an unbeliever.
Who could it be?
With Chelsea's equalizer.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's the story.
Unbelievable.
John Mikel Obi with Chelsea's equalizer.
It will take a brave.
Interesting story.
It will take a brave man.
Score that.
Whatever Zlatan can do, Mikel can also do. All right, so that's the story. Half time now is PSG 1, Chelsea 1, and Chelsea's goal has been scored by John Mikel Obi. Good news for the young lad. I mean, he was frozen out of the team a while ago, but since the new man got on board, he's been playing, and he's been playing so well, and now he's scored a goal. We were talking about Egypt just before we got the update from the UEFA Champions League, and they've been playing friendly. This picture that you're seeing was a friendly Egypt against Libya. Even during the friendly, this still happens in Egypt, but we'll be hoping that this doesn't happen when the Eagles come calling.
Hopefully, this is shameful, seeing crowd trouble and then having the police to interfere in a game, in a football game, which is supposed to unite people. But we've seen a lot happen. People have died in stadia in Egypt, and a lot of other horrible things have happened.
They've gone through a lot lately.
We hope that, because this friendly equally took place in Egypt, so we'll hope that
when the good news is that they came back and they concluded the game, and Egypt won this game by 2 goals to nil.
Hey, when you go off like this, you don't want to come back and give your best. You want to come back and finish the game and run out, get back to your country. It destabilizes you mentally, and I mean, it's a wrong signal. That's just the word. You want to get out of that place as quickly as possible. So no away team will get a draw in a circumstance like this. You want to get out of Egypt as quickly as possible. Hopefully this doesn't happen. Sunshine Stars of Akure experienced something like this way back in 2009. But that was before the game.
Yeah, but
in
guys,
the hotel.
Guys, we have to be prepared for whatever the Egyptians will throw at the
Eagles. If it's a competitive
game, that
means
means we can finish off the game in Kaduna.
If it's a competitive game, I bet you the opponents already have an excuse. They're not going to come back to play.
They won't.
And they'll rather go to the boardroom than come back to the field because it's easier to get the points in the boardroom with a situation like this.
Hey, this may not happen exactly like this. I was citing the case of Sunshine Stars in Akure against Al Ahly in 2009, and they were They were locked in their hotel for hours, and the Al Ahly fans were downstairs screaming, and the players said they were scared to come out. They already played a 3-all draw in Ijebu, and when they came out to play this game, they knew they had to win. But you can't win in a circumstance where the fans have already come to threaten your hotel even before you leave. That is uncalled for. We hope the Super Eagles wouldn't be subjected to harsh conditions like that.
But guys...
But whatever happens, we need to get the result in Kaduna. We have to be prepared
for whatever the Egyptians will throw at the team.
Yes.
And I think psychologically, mentally, in every way possible, the Nigerian Football Federation, everybody should know that anything can happen when we go to Egypt, and prepare the team in every way possible. But hopefully, we are not in a jungle. I mean, this is not a jungle. We are not in a jungle or a banana republic. I believe that we will have a great degree of sanity when we go to Egypt to play. But the most important thing for us is to understand that those games, the one in Kaduna on the 26th and the game in Egypt on the 29th, are games that we must take very, very seriously.
That we must win.
And win. 6 points.
We must. Anything less than 4 points is failure.
But 4 points will just be good enough.
4 points might
let's plan for 6.
4 points might just do it. It will be better with 6.
Impossible.
4 points will keep us on top of the group with 2 rounds of games to go.
And you have to
we'll be in control.
And you have to go elsewhere.
Go to Chad.
Get that
and then
result.
come home to Tanzania.
Do better than what they did when they
just visited. Get a win in Chad and then come back to finish. But that's still a long way off. Let's take it one game at a time. Take Egypt out in Kaduna on the 26th, and then take them out on the 29th, and then see how far we're able to go from there.
Do a Ghana. Trash them 6-1 at home.
Yeah, but you can't afford to lose.
And then go there and get a draw.
It's not a two...
Yeah, I understand that.
It's not a two-legged affair. It's a points issue.
If we have a commanding win here, somehow we have instilled a mental block in them.
No matter how commanding our win is here, we need to still get there and get at least a point.
Yeah, true.
To stay on top of the group. That's what we need to do. All right? But let's talk about Avre now. Guys, this guy is fast becoming the journeyman of Africa.
He's a journeyman.
Zambia to
Ivory Coast,
and now Morocco. Reminds you of...
He's been to Ghana as assistant coach to Claude Leroy.
Yeah.
Now...
It reminds you of Claude Leroy and Philippe Troussier. All of them Frenchmen. They seem to understand the terrain. And I don't understand why they don't do well with club sides. They tend to do well.
This guy, he does well in Africa, wins the Nations Cup, goes to France.
And runs away.
And gets fired and he comes back.
And that's always the argument against not having an indigenous coach. He does it, uses finished materials, gets the result, and goes away. But you can't argue with the fact that he knows the terrain. He understands African football. He's full of energy, full of life, and seems to always know how to get his players to understand his philosophy.
Doesn't that equally say something about our football in Africa? Why do they come here, flourish, and then go to Europe and fail?
A lot of factors can come into that. A lot of factors.
How?
We've seen top
How
coaches,
do we explain it?
We've seen top coaches who have succeeded in Europe. They've come to Africa. They failed.
Success.
Top is debatable.
Is relative here.
Roger Lamé.
You will not be regarded as a top coach in Europe.
Christos Stoichkov. National team coach. I mean,
how did he flourish? How well did they flourish?
These arguments
he didn't win the Euros.
These arguments can
These arguments can go on. It's good to see him back in African football. That is what matters. Let's see how far he goes with the Moroccan national team. And they need a coach like him, a coach of his pedigree in African football at the time that is where it looks like Moroccan football hasn't really moved forward.
Enjoy the best of time.
They've been stagnant lately.
All right, so I think that is it for our discussions around Avre now, and of course around the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We will be going on a quick break now. During the break, we'll be taking you to Ogun State. The Ogun State Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Mr. Afolabi Afoakwe, has been speaking about the plan of the Ogun State government to make sure that Gateway FC is the darling club of Ogun State. There's a fan of Gateway FC right here on this set, and that's Yemi Adebayo. And the plan is for Gateway to bounce back to the Premier League. The commissioner also spoke about the plan to develop sports from the grassroots. He talked about having a state festival every year and a youth games every year. Let's hope that they are able to match these words with action. But let's listen to him. By the time we're back on Sports Tonight, we'll be making a quick change. Alfred Okoligwe, our very good friend, will be joining us for the rest of the show. Join us again.
This year is going to be a different ball game entirely. The type of screening exercise we are putting in place for Gateway